Money couldn't come fast. Every stringer bell just needs an Avon. Are we running? I think we're running. Oh boy. Jono. Alright. Welcome back. Welcome back to another stream. I told you I'm being more active this year. Finally, it's been a few years since I've been so active. But I should be streaming again every like Thursday, Sunday. Because I don't start work in California until like 11 o'clock, which is crazy. But anyway, today I'm streaming. I'm hoping the Wi-Fi is better today. I try to upgrade it. We'll see. It doesn't look like it right now. But we're going anyway. So, there's been some new... Let me see if I can fix my screen. It looks like it's off a little bit. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you. Glad to have you here. Today I'm going to try to make a draft, not with Isak. JR, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Of course, if you want to send me... I should start with... If you want to send me your team... That is way off screen. I think that might be better. Let's see if that is better on the screen. I don't know. I'm still trying to play around with this live streaming stuff. I'm working on it. It is Cliver. Yeah, I put him in my squad. I like him. He's a little bit of a... Oh, man, this is way off. I got to be way right. Oh, boy. I got to fix this stream. Give me a sec as I fix this. But, yes, this is my squad as of right now. I'm always a little bit behind when I stream, so I got to see what's happening. Yeah, I got to fix that real quick. Give me one sec. I think if I did that one instead and did... I think I might have done the same one. Display capture, display capture. Oh, boy. I'm struggling right now. Bear with me. Might bring up FICO. Whatever. I'm going to run it anyway. I'm just going to rule a little bit like that. I'm going to slide this here. Bear with me. I apologize. Actually, I think I need to go right there. Actually, I need to go all the way down. There we go. That might be better. Either way, I'm trying to make a draft today that's more inclined to the news. Arsenal got a striker, right? Their team's always been solid. It's always been, can they get a striker? Or if they got a striker, it's almost like put him in your squad, right? So I'm going to try today to do so, put him in, and see how we can run it up. This should look better. And it does not. That might be better. Man, I am struggling already to start. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get rid of my whole squad. I'm going to start from the bottom and run from there. If you want to send me your team, send it to my Twitter, which is right there at the top, and we will go from there. Oh, boy. This is really... I got work to do. I might even... Oh, boy. Ugh, I hate when this happens. Live stream. I'm still figuring it out, man. I'm still figuring it out. That might be a little bit better. The hard part is I won't know for like 10 seconds because I'm always behind. But, again, if you want to send me your stream or send me your team, send it to the Don FPL, which is up there on Twitter. I'll get to it. We'll put it up. We'll talk about it. We'll run it from there. Clivert 2 is, yeah, I put Clivert in there. I feel like a 7 mil. I don't know if anyone's really talking about him. I don't know how she's selected right now. Only selected by 5% of the team. He looked really good last year. Bournemouth got a great run of fixtures to start outside of Liverpool, which I'm not expecting him to get anything. It's just, you know, you got to play long-term with this FPL game. So, I still like him. I think he's the way to go at 7 mil. Him and Rodgers are nice. But anyway, let me go ahead and restart this whole thing. Go from the jump. I really got to fix my graphics here. By Sunday, I'll have better graphics for when I live stream again. But we're going to start again. From the top, I don't know why I took Salah out. Salah is an automatic bid. Playing around with it a little bit. I got some time before work. Yeah, I think I just like Clivert at that range. I think he's the best one. All right, so this is what we're going to do with news. The Arsenal got a great striker at 9 mil. And this is what's going to... These are as if I was to make this draft, which I might do, because if Isak goes to Liverpool, he might come late. He might come in by like... Might not get start minutes right away because the season starts in like 2 weeks. So I'm kind of reacting to this Arsenal news. They got a great player, great team, great system. I'm expecting him to do great. So, Salah, Yorkies, they're my first two, right? The question is, where do I go from there? I'm probably going to go double up on Saka. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make one with Cole Palmer. I feel like every time I make a draft, I put Saka in there because I feel like he's just that good. And you know what? He is. He's just consistent. He's always great. We're throwing him in there. We're having two Arsenal. I don't care. They're a great squad. Let me make sure nobody sent anything to Twitter. Again, send it to my Twitter. We'll talk about it. Let's run it up. Make sure nobody's done it. NFL starts today. I don't know if anybody likes NFL, but I do like NFL. Ooh, I do got one. Okay, I'm going to go... You would think I already had Twitter up already. Ah! The money couldn't come fast enough. Twitter, make sure I'm on my FPL one, of course. And I am, thank goodness. All right. Junior Descendant, JR Descendant, and the Birdman, JR. All right, so this is the first draft I'm looking at. I don't really care if you look at my DMs. It ain't, who cares anyway? Yes. Subs I like. All right, so this is one squad we're looking at right now. Dude, this is good. Okay, so I think a lot of people... Man, I really got to fix my Wi-Fi too. I'll fix my Wi-Fi and my background and everything. I'll have a green screen by Sunday. Finished 1100. Ooh, dang, 1100 last year. I should be asking you advice, man. Impressive. Okay, congrats on last year. Let's repeat it this year. Again, this channel is more of just like we're having fun. We're talking FPL. I'm not trying to be an expert or anything. I'm just saying this is just a place where we can come and chat about football. What more could we want? I just want to be able to do that. All right. Gakpo. I love this pick. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Gakpo. Anytime he played last year, I was just so impressed with his game. Really good on the ball. Liverpool just have obviously a great team. Duh. They have such a great system, too, that they're only going to dive deeper into in year 2 with this team, with this new head coach or this new manager. Sometimes I get caught in American slang. But I think he's a really good pick. He should be starting a lot at that left wing spot unless they bring somebody in. Obviously, we have no solid, but I'll get to that later. I love Liverpool's midfield. I think they're so solid. Obviously, losing Trent attacking-wise is going to be a big hit, but I think they'll be okay. They're going to score a ton of goals, and if Gakpo starts consistently, which it seems like, for his price, I think it's like a great shout there. I like that a lot, especially if he goes out and bangs in game week 1. You're going to see everybody run into him, getting huge. I like that Gakpo pick. Verts I like a lot too. You have no solid, which definitely said, for me, I haven't made a non-solid draft. I might mess around and do that either today or on Sunday. But no solid definitely scares me. But here's the thing. Saka's a phenomenal player. I've been raving about Saka for 4-5 years, whatever it's been. I've been on FPL channel. I love this dude. He's one of my favorite players in the game. He's still so young. I love his game. So I look at that and go, okay, well, duh, great pick. Roger, great pick. But with no Salah, you're going Saka and Palmer instead. To be honest, if we get a team, if we get the Palmer that we thought we were going to get last year, he came out hot. He was playing the season incredible. The season before he played great. At the end of the year, he tailed off. Wasn't getting as many attacking returns. But part of that was they were just pressing him. They were saying, we're not going to let you beat us. Somebody else got to do it. And it was effective against Palmer and it was effective against Chelsea. This year they brought in some more players. They're getting more development with this squad. So maybe they're not able to do that this year because the opposing teams might get screwed over a little bit. So I expect Palmer to have more freedom, more space to work with. And if he does that, maybe you don't need Salah because you got 2 guys right there that's just great captaincy picks every week. And so I'm not against that. It just scares me. Well, so let's go. You say Caldwell's unsure about. I feel that. Sometimes I look at Chelsea's defense and I say Caldwell's going to get a lot of love. He'll probably get some good defensive. I don't know exactly what they're calling it right now, but those defensive points, I think he will get that. I need to talk to some of my Chelsea mates because I think I do like it. I don't know how much he's going for, to be honest. I can look it up right now. I'm going to look it up on my phone so I don't leave this screen. I do... Oh, let me see. Sorry, give me one sec. Where's my Premier League app on my phone? Come on now. Give me one sec. Apologize. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. Come on, man. But everything else I like, man. Watkins, I think, is a great pick. I had him earlier on. I'm going to change him out myself. Or I changed him out myself, but that's just me. Murillo probably would have got a lot of defensive returns. Sanchez, I'm still iffy about Sanchez, but the run of fixtures are so good. I'm not against tripling up on Chelsea, which is okay. I think Chelsea are inconsistent, but at the end of the day, not too bad. This is not... Oh, it is my team. Okay. But it is definitely... I got Caldwell on my squad as of right now for 5 mil. That's what it is. I got it for 5 mil myself. You know, I think for his run of fixtures, I think he's going to be a good pick. I think this is a really good team. My only concern I have with it... I'll call it... The only concern I have is Chris Wood. Last year I didn't pick him and it bit me in the butt. He balled out last year. Can he repeat the same thing this year? I think he can have another good year. I just don't know if he'll have a great year like he did last year. I think I'm just being stubborn, right? Because last year I just didn't pick him up for the longest time. And I was like, he did good, but come on. This year, balling out. So I think I'm just really jaded with that pick. But that's just me. Overall, I think this is a great squad. I think this is a team without Salah at home to open the season is usually a tough pill to swallow. But I think you have a really good squad here, man. I think this is a team that could either. I think this is a team if you get the dice to roll your way in game week 1, whoo. That game week rank is going to start high. Everyone's going to want some of these players and watch it take off. I feel like trading Caldwell and Wood for Pedro and Nico Williams. Triple Forest defense at that point. Yeah, the double Nottingham Forest defense is enough for me. They did great last year. Great manager. I don't know if I could see him doing it again. Well, no, I can't see him doing it again. Obviously, like to rank there where we're at. I could see him being another great year this year. But to triple up on defense, that's way too much for me. I like getting Pedro in, though, Joao Pedro, which would have you triple Chelsea, which is fun. Oh, no, you have to get rid of Sanchez at that point. Nico Williams. Yeah, I think I'd rather just stick with the way it is right now than to change it up like you were. I think this is a good squad. I would just let it be. I really like this squad. Nothing against it. I think it's a good team. I think this might... I think it's a really good team. There might be a couple things that I would do as we get closer to the season. But overall, I think this is a great squad. I think it's an 8-9 out of 10, which it's hard because whenever I do this, I'm always saying, don't make it my team, make it your team, right? Because you have to play your game, you have to do what you want to do. And so I think I really like this a lot. I think this team is really solid. I think you got some great picks there. That's going some players going under the radar that could absolutely bang out to start the season. And if that happens, man, your team's going crazy. Evan Nelson on the bench for later. How much is he on the bench? Let me check. Because to your point too, like for me, I've always started the season with all my money in those all my money on my squad. I don't really have any money on the bench. I try to get players that'll play, but nothing. Evan Nelson. I think it's like 6-7 mil, right? What is happening? Why he's not popping up for me on my school? Where are you at? I don't know. What the heck? Am I spelling his name wrong? Bournemouth, Liverpool forward. My thing is tripping. But yeah, I don't like to put much money into my bench until I want to start using bench boosts and start seeing around the Christmas time. Until then, I just don't want to spend too much money on it. 7 mil is a lot. For me, I would rather take that 7 mil and throw it around, maybe upgrade one of my defenders to somebody that's more more like Gabriel or Saliba on Arsenal. Upgrading my defense to someone that's consistent and potential clean sheets. Maybe I might get a couple bonus points here and there. That's probably what I would do. If I had to critique something, I'm taking the money out of him and either upgrading Wirtz to somebody or other upgrading my defenders. Take the money out of him. I don't know where we're supposed to go. Save me a transfer. Or if I'm being honest, another way that you could do it is just to take that money out, drop into a 4-5, save 2.5 mil, and just let it ride. Hold that 2.5 mil for come game week 2. Because there's always a ton of transfers that happen in game week 2. There's always somebody that comes in to start the season and be like, holy, I got to get this guy on my squad. Whether it's a shout out to Timo Pukki, or I don't know who else it could be to start the season, but there's going to be somebody that starts at like a 6.5 mil, 6 mil that you can be like, oh crap, let me go ahead and get this guy with that extra 2.5 mil. If you feel confident with your squad, let it ride, man. That 2.5 mil is going to be huge. The upgrade from Caldwell to Cucurella, I think, is a great pick. The only hard part for me is there's a lot of 6 mil defenders. I just don't know which route I want to go yet. To your point, I think Cucurella is a good shout. They have a great run of fixtures to start the season. He's going forward a lot. He's going to get involved in a lot of tackles. Is Chelsea defense going to be susceptible in the back? Probably more so than not. But you never know. But I don't know how many clean sheets they'll get, even with that good run of fixtures. But it's definitely worth a shout. I think 6 mil defenders, there's just so many. I haven't chosen which one I like yet. I think I can make a move to... Or I think by Sunday I'm going to go and look a lot at the 6 mil defenders and be like, okay, these are the ones I like. These are the ones I'm going to stick with. There's a lot of decisions to be made there, but maybe moving one of them up to that 6 mil. Yeah, Strand Larson, 6.5. He's got to be the most expensive defender then. But I don't know. I think you might either upgrade one of those defenders to one of those 6 mil defenders that are going to be consistent, going to get defensive returns, higher chance of clean sheets, or a higher chance of bonus points. I think that might be the play. If not, just let that 2.5 mil ride and go into game week 2 with a little bit of extra cash, allow you some freedom to really hit the ground running because there's always going to be a lot going on. Jump on that train early and let those green arrows shake off. But I think it's a good team. I really like it. Let me make sure I got nothing else on my Twitter. But I think that's a good team. Any other questions with your squad? Any other questions with your squad? I think I'm going to move on a little bit. But other than that, great squad. Sunderland agreed to choose to a deal. Loan deal. All right. But yeah, that's what I would do. Other than that, but at the same time, every time I do one of these, I always say, play your game. If you feel confident with it, run it. I don't want to give you, or I never want to say, this is the better option, do this. I always just try to come up with a couple other ideas to help you out to make you have a better or more informed decision. So I'm just trying to say, give you some an extra pair of ear. No, that's not the right word. I'm just trying to give you a little bit more to think about, someone to bounce ideas off with. Play your game. If you feel confident in like, hey, Caldwell, I want to ride with that. I like having this guy on my bench, Evan Nelson, and I want to have him just in case something happens. Let it ride, man. Do your thing. Play your game. But overall, I really like this team. I really like that team a lot. A lot. I think, yeah, great squad. I appreciate you sending in your squad. Any other questions, let me know. I'll have it on my other screen just in case we want to go back to it. But I like that, man. I really like that team. Ah! All right. Well, so I don't want to put in Blamo in. I feel like I want to buy Evan Nelson at some point for game week 3, and I just so happen to have the money for him now. But I like your idea. Hold up. But the thing too is, you're right. Like, go through the matrix there. I do like your idea though, right? So you're saying you want to have him by game week 3, and you don't want to just waste a transfer to bring him in. But at the same time, it's really hard with so much variability that happens from game week 1 to game week 3. It's really hard to, I don't know. I'm trying to think. For me, there's two ways of looking at it. You could say I'll just make that decision there. I think I'd rather have him in my. There's just so much that happens. It might get to a point by game week 3 that they don't look good. They don't look good, and you're like, oh crap. Well, I've had him on my bench. I want him for game week 3. Bournemouth's not looking that hot. I don't like the way they're playing. He's not getting as far forward or getting more involved as I would like. And now you're either stuck with him or forced to make an extra transfer. I just like having stability to start the season. For me, typically the way I play the game is if I like someone going into game week 2 or game week 3, I just put him on my squad. Kind of the way that you're doing. Like for me, I got Clivert in my squad. I don't like him for game week 1. I like him for game week 2, 3. And by that point, I'm just going to just let him ride. Just maybe take an L game week 1, but then go for it. I think sometimes too in the past, kind of just thinking about it, I've had times where I've had a player in my squad that I'll be like, okay, I like this guy, but he plays City this week, or he plays Arsenal this week, plays Liverpool this week. I'm just going to put him in my squad for game week 3, or I don't want him in my squad yet, but I like this transfer, I'm going to make it, I'm just going to jump ahead of it right now. And it does happen from time to time that they'll play those top 6 squads, and they'll come away with an attacking return, and you're like, dude, I wasn't expecting anything, but you're playing long game, right? At the end of the day, FPL is, you want consistency, you want long game, you want guys in your squad that are going to be there for a long time, so you don't have to make that transfer back and forth. And sometimes you just got to take an L and hope for the best against these top 6 teams. I would play him against Wolverhampton in game week 2. So for me, I think it's a great pick. I think I'd have him. I don't know. For me, I got Clivert. Again, I like his game a lot. I'm hoping and praying for the best against Liverpool in game week 1. I'm not expecting him to get an attacking return, but I'm playing him against Wolverhampton in game week 2 and moving on forward. For me. That's what I like. All right, let's see what I would do here. I'm going to put Clivert back in my squad because I just talked about it. I'm going to try to change up a little bit because I'm going to try to change up a little bit so I don't have just the same template team that I've had in the past. I'm going to go Sar. I was thinking about Matoma there, but I'm going to go Sar there. Other forward. Thoughts on 4.5 mil defenders? Let's look at it. POV, kilos in my back. Take Amtrak down south and she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. All right, 4.5 mil. We're looking at the best options there. I haven't, so like, Guehi and Wan-Bissaka are obviously the two that everyone's getting, right? He's going to get, from what I've seen, he's going to get a lot of defensive returns, if you will, with this new style. I just don't see him getting, well, you never know against Chelsea. But Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Villa to start the season is really tough. Like, those are 3 teams that have been played great last year. By the end of the year, they're at top of the table. Probably outgrow my heroes. Come get with me. Oh, man, that Clips album goes crazy. Right, and so I look at that and I go, okay, let me do it by selection percentage so I can see where everyone's head's at. Probably those 2 are top. Konsa, for me personally, they play City in game week 2, but I think one of those Tottenham defenders are going to be in my squad to start the season. I haven't trusted Tottenham in the past. I don't know how much I trust him going into the season, but at 4.5 mil, you know he gets up the pitch. I like his game a lot. He's gonna get his tackles in for sure. Fen's gonna get a lot of clearances. I think between the two of them, I expect to get a couple points often as far as that goes. If they can get a clean sheet, then you're looking at huge. If they get a clean sheet, they're probably going to get a defensive return in a few of those games. Now you're looking at bonus points on top of it all. Now you're looking at a 10-point return. I think a Spurs defender is the way to go. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud because I've never really trusted them in the past. But I think one of those guys is the way to go. I personally have Fan in my squad because I think he's just so fast, so good in the air. I think he's just someone that I want in my squad. And so, but for now, to switch it up a little bit, because I did find a fan in my last squad, I think he is the way to go. I don't know who else really I would like. Honestly, 4 mil. I'm just gonna get a 4 mil in there just to get save some cash. Yeah, I don't know how much I like. I think they did a really good job with pricing defenders and making you really fight for it. But I think Guehi just has such a tough run of fixtures. Wan-Bissaka is going to get a ton of... You would imagine Wan-Bissaka is going to get a ton of tackles, which is going to shoot up his points, right? But suddenly game week 1, okay, yeah, expect him to get a... You expect him to get a good return there, right? You never know with how defenders are going to go. You never know if they're going to get a clean sheet. You never know how the dice is going to roll. But then you're looking at Chelsea, tough. Nottingham Forest, tough. Tottenham, tough. So you're looking at someone who the first 4 game weeks you're hoping for a return, but maybe he just comes away with 3 points a week. Honestly, at the end of the day, for 4.5 mil defender, okay, not too bad. And so I'm not against that. The biggest problem that I see that keeps just drilling into my head when I go to pick him in my squad is if he comes away with game week 1 and doesn't do well. Let's say they give up a goal. He doesn't get his tackles, which he usually always gets. Maybe comes away with a yellow card. I'm kind of going worst case scenario here. And then he comes away with 1 point, maybe 2 points. And now everyone's saying, oh crap, now he's got Chelsea coming up. Now he's got a tough run of fixtures. Now this 33% selected rate is going to go down. And now you're like, oh boy, I'm about to lose some cash. And now your 4.5 mil defender is 4-4 because not everyone, but a lot of people are dropping him out of fear. A lot of fear avoidance in that first week, which everyone always does. And I'm just scared to lose that value come game week 1. And I think that's just what's ringing in my head. Frimpong. I see why Frimpong's rated highly. Liverpool defender, 6.5 mil, flying up the wing. I get it. The 4.5 mils I like are Sensei and Richards. Ooh. I need to look into that one a little deeper. I'm going to look into that this weekend and come back with that on Sunday. I'm going to save that chat for later. Take Amtrak down south and she flies back. Oh, man. I don't know if Consta's the way to go either. Probably outgrow my heroes. Newcastle, if they lose Isak, all right. They might come away with a cleanie there. You never know. Brentford, Crystal Palace. Oh, man. Yeah, not a bad run for Consta either. I really like Vardiol, but I think I knew he might be the one that I go. Oh, he's already high selected. He's getting up the wing a lot. I'm gonna go him there. Pedro Porro Pedro Porro is a great player, but 5.5 mil. Oh Lord. I don't know if I want to spend another 6 mil on a defender, so I'm gonna look for more of the 5 range. Let's change this to the 5 mil range. Again, right now we're making a draft. If Yarkis is in my squad, I apologize for butchering that name for sure. Guino. Robinson. I want to pick my dog Robinson, my goat. We're just going to go another 4 mil defender there. All right, keepers. Let me know what you think of the squad. I only got about maybe 10 minutes left on the stream, and then I got to get ready for work. It always sucks getting to work, you know? Going to work, it's always like, man, I don't want to do this. Getting to work, okay, not too bad. Also, we're only 2 days away from the weekend, so I ain't against that. I don't want to kill her. I don't want to do Dubravka. 4.5 mil. I think I'm going to have to spend 5 mil this year, unfortunately. I think 5 mil. They did a good job pricing keepers again. I don't want Sanchez. Sells. Screw it. I'm just going to go him. I'm going to go Sanchez because I just want to get somebody in my squad. I don't want to think about keepers too much right now. My eyes are dropping. Every now and then when I probably outgrow my heroes. I got to change the new lyric up because you're hearing the same thing every time. All right, making a draft right now. See what it looks like. If you want to send me your draft, send it to my Twitter. I'll throw it up. Did that earlier. I'll do it again. Checking it again right now to see if I have anything right now. I do not. Cool. I'm going to keep running it. So, midfielder. I got one midfielder, one attacker to go. Let's make my math a little bit easier so I don't have to do quick maths. I'm going to get a 4 mil defender or 4.5 mil defender. Throw him in there. Don't really care who it is right now. So, we got 16 mil to figure out this squad. I could go... Nah, it's too much cash. I'm going to look at my forwards here. Joao Pedro. Dude, 55% is crazy. 55% selection for Joao Pedro. Oh my gosh. if he does well and you don't have him, night to your ranking. Oh, he's got a great run of. I get it, man. He played well for Brighton. He's not on pens right now, which takes a hit to his value, you would think. But at 7.5 mil, an attacker for Chelsea with this run of fixtures they have, I get it. But oh my gosh, 5.5 mil. I do like Solanke, man. I do like Solanke. I love Jared Bowen. I think his game's really nice. Strand Larson at 6.5 mil. Ooh. Tempting. I don't want Wissa. I don't want Welbeck. Ollie Watkins would only give me 7 mil for midfielder, which actually gives me a good price there. I think looking at this, I'm either going to go Bowen, Ollie Watkins, or Solanke. I think that's who I take for my attackers. I'm going to go with the most expensive one for now. Just so you know what? I'm going to split the gap. I'm going to go Jared Bowen here. And then that'll give me 8 mil for my defender. I can get 8.5. We'll see who's out there. POV kilos in my back. And Bueno, I just don't know if he's not on pens, obviously, because Bruno's going to take that from him. I don't know if that's somebody that an open play in United's team that I would want on my squad. I love his game. I think he's so nice as a player. That United team, there's something about it that I just don't know if I trust their assets. I don't know if there's something in the building. I don't know if it's the way the culture they have there. But until I see something from Mbeumo on United, I just can't go that route right now. Even though the money's perfect for me just to throw in there, and I think I'd have a good squad here, I can't see it. Bruno Fernandes, a little bit expensive. If I drop down my Bowen pick, I might be able to squeeze him in. Marmoush, dude, I was talking yesterday to one of my buddies who's a City fan, and I go, this City team, if they can have a consistent starting 11, I think they're going to be, of course they're going to be great, man. Of course they got great players. But their depth isn't like what it used to be. And I'm sitting there and I go, man, I think I could find a way to we could find a way to have this City team reliable. I actually like this team. It's the same thing every year with City for me. Is I look at it and go, if this player can get consistent playing time like Doku, throw him on my squad. He just never gets the playing time. And it just irks me every year because I want to put him in there. Am I guaranteed to have Salah? As of right now, yeah. I can't see a world where I don't have him in there. I like playing around the idea that I don't have Salah in my squad. I think if you have a no Salah squad like I think you had with Cole Palmer and Saka, I kind of like it. I mean, maybe I take Salah out. There's a lot of good midfielder options. I could put Haaland in there instead, save $0.5 mil up top. Haaland always start the season like crazy. There is a world where I could see myself not putting Salah in there. I just don't know if that world is right now. I love Salah too much. I've been playing the game for 5 years now or something like that. And Salah's been in my squad pretty much all the time. He's the GOAT of FPL. He's the king. To start the season at home against Bournemouth, he's going to come away with an attacking return. He's going to be a consistent captain for me. I don't see a world where I don't have Salah in it right now. Can that change? Of course. If I come up with a draft, I'm like, oh, yeah, I like that. But I can't see a world. I hear you, but my money's over 13 mil. You have to captain him every week. I won't do it for the first 3 weeks for sure. I hear you out on that. At 14.5 mil is a crazy, crazy price for a player. But, oh, man, it won't show me his things right there. Let's see if I can pull up right here. I can. But, dude, Salah, he scored 344 points last year. 344 is absurd. Can he do that again this year? I mean, you never know. You look at his past, and, like, he's at 260, 230, 230, 260, 240. So you expect him to come down to earth a little bit more as far as the way it looks and come down to, like, the 250 range more. Well, But it's so hard to doubt the king, man. I mean, you could go Cole Palmer like you did and Saka instead, and you'd have a more balanced team. It's so hard to justify 14.5 mil. Bournemouth at home, I'm for sure captaining. Anytime you get Mo Salah at home, especially to start the season, you got to captain him. Newcastle away, I think he'll still find a way to get an attacking return. Arsenal at home, yeah, that's a tougher one, but at home, I see myself captaining him pretty much every week, personally. Yeah, looking back, having him at 12.5 mil every year is just such a crazy idea. Like this, like, Holland comes on and he goes crazy, and they're like, dude, we're going to put him crazy expensive. And then Salah, they're just like, yeah, we'll keep him at 12 mil. Salah is just, he's too good to not have in my squad. I don't know what price I would consider not having him in my squad. I think at 15 mil I'd have him in my squad. I'd find ways around it. Maybe what I'll do on Sunday, you know what? On Sunday when I stream, I'm going to find a way to have Salah, a no Salah draft. A no Salah, no Holland draft, and I'm going to see if I like it. If it looks good, and I can find a way to captain someone every week that I legitimately trust, I'll think about it. At 14.5 mil, I don't care. He's in my squad. I look at my team even with him in it at 14.5 mil, and I look and I still like this squad. I mean, this is different than the squad I had before I started the stream. Of course, I'm just doing one to get in that to squeeze in some players I didn't originally have in my squad. I had Isak in my squad earlier. I replaced him with Gyökeres. I'm really butchering his name. Oh man, I apologize. But even with Salah, I still think I have great players do it as an attacking player. I still like this team a lot, and so I look at it, and it's not hindering my squad at all. Let me just fill this out real quick. I got 8 mil. Let me put it in before I start talking a little bit more. Caicedo, Rice, Palmer, Verts, Kudus. I'm gonna go Rodgers in there. You know what? I'm gonna change. I could put up Robinson to another 6 mil defender, and that will look pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna take Sarah and put my dog Eze in because I love his game. All right, let's look at this. So I look at the solid draft. I don't know if it's gonna be perfect on stream or not. I look at this draft, and I go, this draft... Oh, crap. I got to get ready for work. I got to leave in 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. But I look at this solid draft, and it is definitely too wide. Squeeze it in a little bit. That's what she said. I look at this draft, and I go, dude, this draft is nice. I got Salah, who's a crazy price at 14.5 mil. I look at it and go, okay, how am I going to justify that? Well, I'll tell you how. I got Eze, Kluivert, Rodgers, and Saka. I think those three middies at 7.5 mil, 7 mil, I think that they are... I think Eze and Kluivert are underranked. I really like their game. Kluivert, I think he's appropriately at priced at 7 mil just because of the squad he's on. Eze at 7.5 mil to me, I feel like I've been saying it for years now. I expect him to have one of those seasons that go, he's that guy. Right, I think this is the year that he does that. I've been saying it for year after year. How has he done in the past as far as FPL wise? 8 goals, 8 assists, 11 and 5, 10 and 5, 160 points, 140, 150. I think this is the year he creeps up into that 180 number. I expect him to get double-digit goals. I expect him to get near double-digit assists. I just like his game so much. So I look at the midfield and I go, okay, well, I'm really satisfied with that there. Like maybe I bring Mo Salah down and I could bring in a Cole Palmer instead, and I bring in a Bruno Fernandes instead, or something like that, or I go 3 up top, and instead I go. Let me check that. Let me see. I can't afford it. Palmer. I don't want him at midfield. I want him at striker. Also, if you're enjoying the stream, just, feel free to like, comment, whatever. I hate asking for that, but I actually really hate that. I hated that. That was gross. I hate doing that. All right, so I need 2 mil in the bank here if I'm going to do it this way. I bring Jared Bowen down. Actually, hold up. What am I thinking? I could keep... Oh, boy. Hold on. Let's throw Solanke in there just because why not? I got to find 1.5 mil, and I'll just get rid of Rodgers here. We'll go for midfielders. Hey, Mr. Carter, tell me where you been. Doesn't really matter who. All right, so I got this. Oh my gosh, maybe Mo Salah is the way to go. Maybe Mo Salah is the way to go. Let's put in I don't know, Saliba. Hey, Mr. Carter, tell me where you been. 'Cause I've been thinking. Maybe, okay, so this is my no solid draft off the top of the dome, real quick. Oh my gosh, I gotta go. Okay, any questions, get them in quick. Let me know. This is my no solid draft. I gotta get it in before I go to work. That's what she said. Zoom out a little bit, Chano. That's a little bit better. I think it's good for you. I really just like Udogie and Asuwan Basaka at 4.5, but I see why people have them. Yeah, I had in Fondafin in my earlier draft. I just wanted to mix it up a little bit for this stream itself. So that's why I put him in there, just to give a little bit more variety. If I do this instead of a most solid draft, oh my, mi corazón. Ooh. It just hurts saying a no solid draft. Oh my gosh. It'd be crazy if I go into work today and say, why are you late to work? And because I was live streaming Fantasy Premier League. If any comments or anything, please let me know real quick. Before I go to work and get in trouble by my boss for being a little bit late. Pray there's no traffic. Okay, this is my no solid draft. I actually really like this, man. I knew he's going to get really high up the pitch. They should get attacking return or defensive returns because it is City. I don't know how much I expect as far as like defensive stops, clearances, whatever you want to call it, because City control the ball so long. But you look at this and go, okay, Saka, Palmer, and Isak. There's a captain in there every week. Those guys have been that good for the past year or two that you look at that and say, okay, there's a guy that I want to captain. Especially if and when Isak goes to Liverpool, because then you're just like, dude, when Mo Salah has a favorable matchup, so does Isak. Why all these spam be calling me? Stop that, please. All right, so let's save this. Make transfers. Yes, I know. Friday, August 15th. Oh, here we go. The game is upon us. All right, Newer, you get yourself in there. Solanke, get yourself in there. So this is my squad as of right now. And then, so what I need to do right now is look at the fixture run for Arsenal, Chelsea, and Newcastle, which is Isak will probably go to. And so I go there, fixtures, FDR, JFK. Shout out New Girl. Arsenal, okay, so they can start off with United. This is going to be not fit well on the screen, so just bear with me as I talk. Last question is get him in because I got to go to work in 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes and I got to dip. Okay, Arsenal. I want to captain Saka against Leeds at home. Liverpool, I ain't captaining. Nottingham. Oh, man, that is a tough run of fixtures. Oh, boy. Who cares? Trust yourself. Trust Arsenal. So for that, I'm captaining Saka in 1. Palmer in 1. Saka 2. Palmer 3. Pick a choice in that. And then by game week 5, I'm looking at Isak against Everton at home. I can even throw Isak against Burnley. You know what? It kind of works. I feel like it's going to be tough. I might be kicking myself in the butt for it later. But as of right now, if this is the team I want to go with, if this is the squad, if this is the no solid draft, if the no solid draft can get me this and no Holland draft can get me this, I'm not against it. Because you got Saka, who's just one of the best players in the Prem. Palmer, who at his best is one of the best in the Prem. Well, a little bit of a wild card here. We got to see how he does with Arsenal, see how he does into that system. I can't imagine him doing poorly. That 2 minutes went by way too fast. Isak, we already know he can do in Newcastle. You put a bunch of just absolute ballers behind him in midfield. Solid creating up top for him. You expect him to have another incredible year. Solanke, if he didn't get injured last year, we'll see how Tottenham do this year. You imagine they'd be better than they were last year. A little bit of a pick that I probably regret come game week 3 at that point. Oh, she graduated. That's awesome. She graduated with her master's? Dang, good for her. In law. Whoa. I knew he was going to get the pitch. I think this team is really good. I'll probably switch out Udogi for like a Fondafen at some point. But I look at this and go, this no solid draft might be the way to go. I am a big fan of it. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Take some time in your day to make someone smile as always. If you enjoy this, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, blah, 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 blah. Why am I doing that? Let me know what you think of this draft. Let me know what you think going into the future. I'll be doing the same thing again on Sunday. I don't know exactly what time yet, but I will be streaming on Sunday. If you want me to talk about your squad, send it to my Twitter, which is up here. Send it to, well, I think Twitter's the best way to get it. You can even put your players in here and we'll talk about it. But best way, you don't have to follow me on Twitter. Just throw it up here and we'll go from there. And I'll be able to talk about it in my stream on Sunday. Thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate, even though I've taken a 2-year hiatus from this, that I'm back and you're still coming back and talking. I appreciate that, y'all. I will have a league this year. I'll put it in the description probably on Sunday. I haven't made it yet. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Take some time today to make someone smile as always. And I don't really have a club, so I can't promote.